Hello, my name is Kimberly Reach, and I am studying the history of English at UMGC. This week, we are translating the first 10 lines of The Knight's Tale from Chaucer's Canterbury Tales. The assignment is to think of yourself as a scribe trying to work through lines of Chaucer's The Canterbury Tales because the typesetter and printer are waiting for your translation. I will read the first 10 lines of the poem, then break the lines up into two groups and provide my translation for each group. Whilom, as oldie stories tellin us, there was a duke that highty Theseus. Of Athens he was lord and governor, and in his time such a conqueror that greater was there none under the sun. Full many a rich country had he won, what with his wisdom and his chivalry he conquered all the reign of Feminy, that Whilom was ycleped Scythia, and wedded the queen Hippolyta. Now, to translate the two groups, lines 860 through 864 read, Whilom, as oldie stories tellin us, there was a duke that highty Theseus. Of Athens he was lord and governor, and in his time such a conqueror that greater was there none under the sun. I had no difficulty translating these lines. Once upon a time, as old stories tell us, there was a duke named Theseus. He was lord and governor of Athens, and was such a conqueror in his time that there was no one greater under the sun. For the most part, I had no difficulty translating the second set of lines. However, there was a phrase that puzzled me and a word that I wasn't sure of the meaning. I will read Chaucer's lines to you and provide my translation, then relay what I found in the notes. Lines 864 through 869 read, Full many a rich country had he won, what with his wisdom and his chivalry he conquered all the reign of Feminy, that Whilom was ycleped Scythia, and wedded the queen Hippolyta. And my translation, For many a rich country he had won, with his wisdom and his chivalry he conquered the realm of Amazons, that was called Scythia, and wedded the queen Hippolyta. The line with phrases that puzzled me was line 867, and the word was in line 868. The notes, however, provided the translation for the troublesome phrase, the reign of Feminy. Without the notes, I would have translated the phrase to, he conquered many women sexually. The notes say the phrase means the realm of the Amazons. Additionally, the notes provided important history on how love, sex, and war play into The Knight's Tale. The Knight's Tale is, at least on the surface, a romance. That is, in medieval terms, a tale of love and war, or as we might put it, sex and violence. But the sex here is a matter of convention rather than act, and in no way erotic or earthy as in other tales. At the beginning, we see quite clearly the connected topics of sex and force. Theseus has won himself a bride by violence and without a trace of erotic passion, just a war prize, as far as we can see. He has conquered the Amazons, a race of single women warriors, and has taken their leader as his wife. The violence is passed over as sort of a given, and we begin with the lived happily ever after part, which is the wrong way to begin a romance and one good reason for wanting to label The Knight's Tale something other than a romance. I did not wonder who Hippolyta was, as the text says she is the queen of the Amazonian people, but I did wonder where or what Scythia was. I found an Encyclopedia Britannica article that says Scythian, also called Scyth, Saka, or Sake, was a member of a nomadic people, originally of Iranian stock, known from as early as the 9th century BCE, who migrated westward from Central Asia to southern Russia and Ukraine in the 8th and 7th centuries BCE. The Scythians founded a rich, powerful empire centered on what is now Crimea. The empire survived for several centuries before succumbing to the Sarmatians during the period from the 4th century BCE to the 2nd century CE. The article continues to say that the Scythians were warriors and skilled horsemen. For the knight to conquer them would require great skill on the battlefield. This reference thus confirms the notes assertion that the poem is less of a modern romance and more of a tale of love and war, or more correctly, sex and violence. Thank you for watching my video.